Hello and welcome friends. Welcome to another review of a very beautiful vintage piece. This is one of my favorites Pelikan stripped ones, and I present to you the beautiful Pelikan 400NN, the turquoise brown striped version of this particular model. This is a German piston filler, and to appreciate its beauty, guys, just look at this wonderful turquoise brown celluloid over here. Of course, when you think about the Pelikan, you think of the green striped one, but I can assure you this is a gorgeous material. This particular pen you see in front of you was made between 1956 and 1965. And let me tell you a little bit of the context it came in. I refer to this model as the 400NN, and you can differentiate between the 400N and the 400NN by the shape, the turning knob ends. So this is a classic dome shape one, and the 400 and the 400N have turning knob more similar to this one. And why is that, guys? So back then, in the beginning of the 1950s, when the Model 400 appeared on the market, they tried to revive this model, the 400, the 100, and this is the 100 model, which came in the 1920s, and this is a later version from the late 1940s. And you can see the endings. So the 400 appeared, which unfortunately I don't have in my collection, but after the 400 and the 400N appeared this dome shape one, because you probably know back in the 1950s there was a trend, like you see here on this 400, on this Meisterstück model, a later version from 1983, but you can see the cigar shape that was similar back then. So the 400NN has this dome shape ending. So enough about the history of this wonderful piece. I will zoom on it to see different traits of it, and of course we will do at the end of the video also a writing sample with this beautiful pen. Again, you probably see my collection of Pelikans over there. I prefer the green striped one, but this is a beautiful color, and also I prefer the modern blue color that you see over there. But on the vintage one, this turquoise brown is probably the best color out there. And I also have a wonderful ballpoint pen, is the 455 model, and you can see a beautiful brown striped, turquoise brown striped model over there. This is more pronounced. I prefer the pattern on the ballpoint pen, but you can get the idea of the beautiful pattern. So guys, what can I tell you? If you like a beautiful pen, a vintage pen, go for a 400 or a 400N or a 400NN with this wonderful dome ending, dome turning knob. I said it's a turning knob because this is a piston filler, guys. The cap unscrews and it reveals this small grip section. It ends in this concave ending, and you can hold it quite good. This particular one is fitted with a 14 karat gold nib, and I'm trying to zoom on it to see what we have thermically engraved on it. So we have Pelikan 14K585, and at the bottom the size of the nib. which appears to be an F nib, F4 for fine nib. And if we turn around the nib, we can see the beautiful, beautiful ebonite feeder, which has an interesting design. Because of this design, sometimes you can find this in the wild with those finials cracked or broken. But this is in an immaculate shape. Well, guys, I got this for a wonderful price, considering its beauty. Let me show you also some traits on the cap that I probably didn't show you. So we have engraved Germany, Pelikan 400, and no NN, just 400 on it. And I don't know if you can see in this lighting, but the end of the turning knob and this material are made from a dark brown celluloid, and I have here a black celluloid, and you can see the difference. So this is black and this is brown. Yes, I hope you can see. At the top of the cap is one interesting element. It is the first time that I've seen the logo, the mother with, I believe it should be with two chicks, considering the period this fountain pen is from. And it's quite difficult to see in this lighting. I'm trying to zoom on it for you to see better, guys. But definitely it is technically engraved out there. It's like a jewel, but it's made out of plastic. We have this interesting clip in the shape of the beak of the pelican. And this is it, guys. I'm zooming out. Yes, I bought this second hand, as I always buy my fountain pens, and I got it in a quite nice lot. And if you didn't see the unboxing on that episode, I highly recommend it, and I will leave a link right here at the top of the screen. And this was part of the lot. So the lot contained 10 writing instruments, and I paid a total of 400 euros. So this one I paid only 200 lays, or 40.69 euros, or 42.88 US dollars. So quite a lovely price for a beautiful German piston filler in this wonderful turquoise brown striped version, which was produced at the end of the 50s and the beginning of the 1960s. This is a wonderful piece. Now I will leave its dimensions on the screen, guys, and after that I will change the angle of the camera and I will get ready for the writing sample. And I've managed to change the angle of the camera and also the lighting, because I want you to see better what I'm doing. So this is the beautiful fountain pen. For it I will use this Parker Quick Ink, which I highly recommend for old pistons. It is quite a lubricated ink, and you will see the result. I hope it will write quite nice. This is the first time I'm using this piece, so right in front of you. I did not have the chance to clean it up, so maybe we will have some surprises, but I hope that everything will be alright. So let me take the pen. I will open it. I don't know if you can see. This is quite a transparent barrel, and you can see it's out of ink. There's some residues of ink on the celluloid. This is the piston right over here. By the way, guys, I don't know if you have a blind cap or an integrated cap, but judging by the way it moves, I think it's integrated. So I will give a shake on this little bottle. Now I will open the bottle of ink. Okay, now let me place it right on top of the bottle of ink, and now I am unscrewing the turning knob like this, guys, gently. Okay, and now let me put in the ink. I hope the piston is functional and it will draw the ink. Okay, like this. Now I will remove the excess of the ink. I have also a tissue right over here to clean it thoroughly. Okay, like this. This is the tissue, and I will gently clean it. I'm trying to clean mostly the grip section and not the part of the ink or the feeder. And now probably you can see it is fully filled with ink. We don't see that transparency. So one thing, guys, after you fill the pan, just put back the cap on the bottle of ink, and you will avoid potential accidents, spilling it all over your desk. So this probably posts, and I think I will use it posted like this. And what do we have here, guys? We have a beautiful, beautiful Pelikan. Let me zoom because I want you to see better the writing sample. So here, a Pelikan 400NN, and not just a Pelikan 400NN, but the Tortoise brown striped version of it. Okay, this particular pen was let me place back the camera. Okay, this particular Pelikan 400NN was produced in Germany, so made in Germany, and it was produced in this time interview, so between 1956 and 1965. So this is the time interval it was produced. This beautiful pen is fitted with a 14 karat 585 gold nib. The size of the nib is engraved on it. We have an F nib, and let me tell you, it's quite a nice nib. I'm now trying to show you if we have some line variance. So I'm doing this line test. This is a flex line, and probably you can see there is a little flex to this nib, but this is a normal thing for German gold nibs produced in the 1950s. We have this little flex we see over here. Now let me test if we have some juice to it. So, and you can see quite a juicy nib. Being a juicy nib, it should do a signature quite well, and you can see, the signature quite nice. And now let me see if we have some line variance. So here, no pressure, my friends, and here I'm starting to apply pressure, and maybe also a little, but just a little line variance, depending on the level of pressure you put on this beautiful nib. Okay, guys, so little line variance. And now let me see if we can reverse write with this particular nib. So right here I will try to reverse, and why not, let me try to give it a zoom, or maybe I hope you can see. So reverse writing, definitely a possibility. It scratches, but nothing in an annoying way, and it certainly does not lose its ink flow. So a possibility for short session of time. So now let me place this over here because I want to tell you about the forks. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So this is it, guys. You can see quite a nice flexible German nib from the late 1950s. It has a little bit of flex, a little bit of line variance, and it is amazing. The only thing I don't like about it, it's that sometimes it scratches, not in an annoying way, but it definitely has its personality. It's not my cup of tea. I don't particularly like the F nibs, but I guess it does the trick for those of you who like who prefer little flexible nibs that write in an F way. I particularly like the smoother nibs that write in a broad way, and I love specifically the oblique broad ones. So this was my review of a wonderful German piston filler. This is it, guys. I highly recommend that you get one of these fountain pens, and you can still get them quite relatively cheap. I've seen them on the internet for around 200 euros, so a reasonable price for such a beautiful fountain pen. Thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I want to wish you all to have a nice day. Have a nice day wherever you are, my dear friends. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. In return, I will bring you as often as I can new reviews of vintage and modern fountain pens. I will see you again in the next episode. Till then, bye bye, and God bless you all, my dear friends.